There comes a time in charts where alts tend to gain a bit of dominance versus BTC. And when it comes to ADA, it is about that time. We are about at that time where we are going to start gaining some dominance. Now, this is not financial advice, but I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. We know what's happening today. All right. Over the last, several weeks here, we've been basically consolidating. We have been in this bullish pennant. We've been trying to get ready for our breakout, our extension to the upside. And right now, what BTC is trying to do is it's trying to set some direction for the market. Actually, over this morning, it was over 70K. We pulled back a little bit, but we're setting up for possibly an explosive week, which is great in the market. Now, the question is what way is ADA going to break out of here? That's really the big question, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Now, what I'm talking about in terms of this ADA BTC dominance is there comes a point where assets gain some ground. And it looks like this is about the point where ADA should be starting to gain a little bit of ground. All right. We may have corrections post-halving. BTC may go on a bit of a run, but then really that last year is when ADA truly gains dominance. But now the question lies is, ADA's been overperforming. All right. Simply put, some people will disagree. I really don't care. Look at the charts. ADA has been overperforming compared to what it did last market cycle. Okay. We are ahead of schedule. We're outperforming. We're above where we should be right now. And the question lies is, does ADA fall back into this trend here before moving to the upside? Or do we continue doing what we've been doing and overperform and stay even more dominant against BTC? Really what I think it comes down to is this move on the charts here. If we break out to the upside out of this big bullish pennant, we gain some dominance versus BTC. If we trade sideways, we probably lose slight dominance. If we break to the downside and come down and retest here, we are going to probably approach more of re-entering this trend. Okay, it might come somewhere down here before following this. All right. Now, again, this is not financial advice, but ADA is looking like it's ready to blow to the upside. All right. We've been fighting resistance here, and you can only fight resistance for so long. You keep banging your head on it, right? Now, I know I've used that analogy a bunch, but you keep banging your head on the ceiling and eventually you break through it. ADA's done this many, many times along the way here. Okay. Many times in this chart, ADA has banged its head before breaking to the upside. All right. That's where we're at currently. And maybe we're just waiting for BTC again to set some direction. That's the big thing here. Now, I will say this. Even if we do fall down into this trend, even if we look more on the bearish side of things, right? Because we've talked about the low amount of BTC that is available on exchanges. We've talked about the over-the-counter BTC that is really dwindled to nothing. And there might be a bit of a supply shock that happens with Bitcoin. Bitcoin price may get kind of wild. Alts may get kind of wild too, but Bitcoin may again gain some ground over really all alts over the coming months here. Now, if that does happen and we fall back into trend, what people need to know is that's okay. All right. It's actually okay if ADA falls back into this trend and follows this, because guess what? If we follow this, I'm having a real hard time here. If we follow this, remember, ADA's biggest times of gaining dominance are post-halving in that last year of the bull market cycle. That's when ADA makes up huge ground. That's when alts make up huge ground. And I will say this, if we stay on this trend, that is how ADA gets to $15 per coin. That is how we get to a $5 billion market cap. That is how we get to 5% market dominance just by following this trend alone. If we stay ahead of it, well, you do the math. We end up seeing higher prices. Okay. Remember, ADA's most explosive times, again, are that last year of the market cycle. People that are unhappy right now that ADA's not, gaining major dominance or anything like that. I want to remind people this move here, basically from the low before the COVID crash to the end of the year, was only a 400% move for ADA. It was not very big, wasn't very explosive. It was what it was. But then you look at that last year and ADA made an almost 1900% move. That's what we're gearing up for. And remember, ADA had an early top too. So we may even have more explosive times than what we're kind of anticipating. But that move usually happens later. All right. Be prepared. Big things are coming. Exciting times are coming. And patience is what will be rewarded in the long run. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.